Hey, today is about making healthy treats or healthier treats, and we're going to be making a carrot cake muffin. So not only is it about making treats, it's also about some baking skills, and on top of that, it's about how we can do some quick baking skills rather than the time it takes to make a long, full-sized cake. So we've got some basic ingredients that we're going to be using. We have got some grated carrot for the carrot cake. We've also got some zested orange. We've got some self-raising flour, 2 eggs. We've got some mixed spice and some bicarb soda and some sunflower oil. Now, the healthy aspect to it, rather than using normal sugar, we're using muscovado sugar, which is a more pure, less refined sugar. So it's much easier for your body, it's much better for your body. It's also much better for the environment because it doesn't go through as many processes to make it, making it better for the carbon footprint. We've also got flour, but you could adapt that by using some whole grain flour, self-raising flour, rather than using white flour to increase the healthy aspect there. And obviously we're bulking it out with carrot and orange, so lots of vitamins and minerals that are in there. They're going to add to that healthiness of this meal. Often you'll be baking with butter, but again we're using sunflower oil, another healthier alternative. Okay, the first stage of this is to start mixing some of these ingredients together. Now, the sugar is going to go all straight in. The orange zest is going to go straight in. The flour is going to be sieved in. So I'll put all the flour into my sieve. I'll have 1 teaspoon of bicarb. There's 1 going in with the flour. 2 teaspoons of mixed spice are going in. These are ½ teaspoon measures. And these are going to be sieved in. Sieving it is going to kind of break it down, make it a lighter mixture, hopefully add to the fluffiness of our final mixture. Once that's in, we're just going to give it a bit of a stir around and get it all mixed in the bowl there. You'll see the muscovado sugar is giving the mixture a slightly darker brown look, which is one of the textures, one of the colours that you would find quite often in those carrot cakes. So a lot of this colour is coming from the muscovado sugar. It also, because it's less refined, has a more toffee, caramelly flavour to it. Again, a texture or taste that we would like to find in our carrot cakes. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to whisk my eggs and oil together. So we're just going to give these a good whisk. And I'm going to start whisking my wet ingredients to my dry ingredients. Now I'm going to bring my carrot in. Okay, so I'm going to divide my mixture there, which is quite a thickish cake mixture, across the 12 different muffin tins. And these are going to go into the oven at 160 degrees for around 20 to 22 minutes. I've already got my oven preheated. I'll obviously keep an eye on them around the baking. When I get towards the end, I'll test them with a spike to see how well they're doing, to see if any of the mixture is sticking to it. So, that's in the oven. Okay, it's been 20 minutes. Let's get these carrot cakes out and see how they're doing. So this needs to go into the cake, straight back out, and it should be completely clean. just like that. No cake left on the spike, so those cakes are spot on. Now I'm going to let these really thoroughly cool before we even think about icing them. So I'm going to leave them on this cooling rack for about 10 minutes. When the metals tray is cooled down a little bit, I'll pop them out of the metal tray. I'll leave them on the cooling rack themselves for about an hour before I then put the icing on there. Okay, so the trademark of a carrot cake is it's really nice, rich, buttery and vanilla-y icing that's going to go on top of it. So we're going to create a really nice butter icing for this. We're going to start out with the butter. Now you need to be at room temperature to start out with. It works better, and it also helps if you've chunked it up. And then we're going to whisk that, we're going to beat that until it is really smooth. So it's going to take a little bit of going with this. So once we've got the butter nice and smooth, we're going to add all of our extra ingredients into that. So we're going to use some soft cheese. The whole amount of this is going to go in there. We're going to add a teaspoon of vanilla essence. And finally, we're going to sieve in our icing sugar. And continue to beat it. That's spot on. It really doesn't matter how you put your icing on top of your cakes. I'm going to pipe it, and at the moment it's just a little bit too warm and a little bit too runny to ice it easily. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put mine in the fridge just to firm up a little bit, and then we'll come back to icing the cakes in a little bit. So my carrot cakes have had plenty of time to cool down, so we're going to start thinking about icing them. I've got my icing out of the fridge, that's had a little bit of time to firm up, so that's going to make it a little bit easier to ice. Now, I haven't been able to find my icing bags, so I'm using an alternative method. I'm going to use a disposable food bag with the very tip corner cut off. You get a very similar effect. So I've just got a small icing bag that I'm using just here, and I'm going to pipe this out. That's just the patterns that you want to do, completely up to your choice. Well, I'm not going to profess to being the best cake icer in the world, but I tell you what, they certainly do look tasty. I'm going to be trying some of those later tonight. Have a go at them and good luck, guys. Thanks a lot.